Parker here with another Independence Day episode for you. We're getting free from high prices for low quality food by learning how to make better at home. So today I'm going to share with you my terrific recipe for potato salad that I'm tweaking just a little bit. I just can't seem to help doing that. So I had some russet potatoes, some red potatoes, and some Yukon Golds, and I boiled them. This is what I have kind of left over. It was 2 pans full, and I'm mixing them. I actually prefer, if I were just going to do one, to use russet because it has a more floury consistency that I like in potato salad. I don't want my potato salad to have that slimy thing that says I got it, you know, at the deli. All right, so I'm going to add one more russet. I'm just doing this so you'll know they're so easy to peel when you boil them like this. So it's a very easy process to make potato salad. And if the potatoes were really nice, I wouldn't peel them. You know, just leave the skins on. It adds texture and interest, in my opinion. But these aren't that great, which is why they were extremely inexpensive. And so I'll add another russet to this small batch. This is our small batch for home, and then I'm going to leave the rest in the fridge and make a batch on Saturday to share with friends. So that is a principle of cooking at home to make it easier, is that you do a little bit of prep ahead. You're never caught just completely flat-footed with nothing to work with. So I almost always have boiled potatoes in the fridge, almost always have boiled eggs in the fridge, and usually I have some leftover soup, because soup is one of those things that's better left over. And I make a lot of soup, and that's a money saver. That is a heart blesser. People who eat on the go all the time love homemade soup. And we'll do that on another series of shows. So I'm going to put some of this chopped, again, this is good to have chopped up ahead, celery in here. This soaked for a long time in vinegar and baking soda water because it isn't organic. So I'm kind of guessing. I like celery. I don't cut mine really small. It's a matter of preference. I don't want every bite of my potato salad to taste the same, so I don't smush everything up real tiny. So we'll put a little bit more of that in there. And then I've got a couple of eggs boiled. These are made ahead for deviled eggs, and again, keeping things made ahead. That I'm going to put on top. And I am going to add onions. I didn't chop these real fine either. These are sweet onions, supposedly. They're kind of hot, so I don't think they're really that sweet. And that happens, you know, as the season goes on, more and more, they're not always as sweet as you would hope. I use a lot of sweet onions because we all like them so much. So I used to put mayonnaise in my potato salad, and I'm going to check my beeper that just went off, check the bacon. We don't want to burn our bacon. Okay, so it's almost done. There's a difference of opinion in this house about how done. I do not want my bacon slimy. I want it crisp. So what I'm going to do is turn the oven off and let it sit in there in the hot oven. So that's another way that you cook, you save electricity, is you let the oven do a lot of cooking once you turn it off. Alright, so back to the mayonnaise. The more I learn about mayonnaise, the less I want my family eating it. So I have started substituting sour cream for the mayonnaise. And I did not get the mustard out. Rebecca, would you please get the mustard for me? My cameraman's going to help me out here. And then I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar in here. And I usually buy the expensive stuff with the mother in it, but you know, needs must. I'm cutting down where I can. This is apple cider vinegar. It was on sale, less than half the price. And so for now, that's what we're using. So as you saw, this is an experimental thing. I don't recommend that you do this if you feel really uncomfortable. You know, get a recipe and follow it. But even a recipe, just kind of use your feel and your thought. Like, I really love celery. I'm going to put more than it says. I don't really like onions. I'm going to put less. And become the author. So Rebecca bought me horseradish mustard, which I'm not going to put in there, even though I'd like to. I need some more of this.
I didn't see it. Oh, there's more in the pantry? Okay.
That's why I brought the other kind. Oh, I made some homemade mustard. I should use that. I should have thought of that.
Really? Where is it?
Can you find it? I don't know. The fridge is so full you can't find anything.
Well,
just, yeah, go ahead with the stuff from the store for this time. I'm going to put an episode up of my homemade mustard. I actually did put it up, and it went on the wrong channel. I'm a little bit challenged with this whole YouTubing thing. So that should be an encouragement to you if you want to do a YouTube channel. It's like, well, she can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm adding some mustard, not as much as my husband likes, probably more than I like. That's how we go with that. And I'm going to put magic secret ingredient, which this will still be good. Let's see, I didn't put the pickles in it. You can't do without pickles. That is the hot dog relish.
Did you use the pickles you were going to use for that in the hot dogs?
No. They're in a beautiful bowl. I put them in a beautiful bowl so that I would remember where they are.
Did you put them in the fridge?
Probably. Would you go look? Don't get my magic ingredient out while we're waiting on that. Which is bacon drippings, which I always have in the fridge in a jar with a lid. And so I'm not going to put a lot in there because I'm actually going to put a little bit of bacon on the top. But that really adds something. And then pepper. I was going to use ground pepper, but I had to refill my thing and I was lazy, so.
I do not see
Excuse me.
any of this. Here it is. Oh.
That's because the onions are on top, so you couldn't see the pepper. You couldn't see the pickles. So the onions that are on top of this are red onions, just to add some interest. And I'm going to put these pickles in here like so. I'm not going to use them all because I'm not sure if I need them. We'll kind of do a taste test after a while. And when I say after a while, it's because this is really good to let sit a while. It gets so good after a few hours. So that's how you do that. So I'm going to stir this up, and then I'm going to slice some boiled eggs on top and some dill. Cameraman, could you get the dill? Can you see I'm not as prepared as I thought I was? I actually thought that I got that out. And that is in the deli drawer. No, not deli drawer, I'm sorry. Whisper in the bottom. And I'm going to put just a little salt, but not much, because I don't think it really needs any of that. Some people like a little more salt. I like the sweetness of the potatoes a lot. So we got dill from a friend from their garden. So we'll chop that, put some of that on top, and we'll put some bacon when it's all crispy on top, and we will cut up these 2 boiled eggs and put that on top, and then we'll sprinkle some paprika on top. And this will be the best potato salad. It might be the best I've ever made, having mixed these 3 kinds of potatoes. So it's going to be wonderful. And I'll show it to you in the next episode, but I do want to show you one thing before I leave you. We made these Sally Lunn buns yesterday, and they're Sally Lunn buns from a Jane Austen cookbook from actually Sally Lunn's shop in Bath, England, where Jane Austen actually ate when we got to visit. Anyway, so we made these yesterday. I shouldn't say we, Rebecca made them. Wrapped them up really good and would have frozen them if we were going to wait more than 1 day to eat them, but we're having them this evening. And so what we're going to do is make our hamburger buns out of them and take our butter that will soften in here, and then use our brush and just butter them before we toast them. And that will make them extra, extra wonderful, even though they're already extra wonderful. So I just wanted to show you that. And then we'll be back with John Parker and Hannah Parker and other Independence Day delectables.